everybody, and welcome to Cope with Hope. This is the third of our video series, Love and Peace in 2020. And this one is about love and peace. I've been thinking a lot about love after our first conversation, and I think when I experience a deep state of oneness with another, I think that could be called love. There are times when I'm talking to you and I feel so much for you, Mala. And I think I'm just recognizing that we are one. And, when I used to teach, it used to happen to me as well. When I'd sit in front and I'd look at everybody and I feel my heart melting with so much love. And I think that's what love means to me when we experience that oneness. And I came across a quote by Runi, which says, "Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in the grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other makes no sense." Rumi.
Absolutely beautiful and absolutely true. That's it. Now, how do we get to that field that's beyond all this? And we try to talk about this in the previous two videos. And what you're describing is that state of complete love, that oneness, that state of being where you connect with another so totally that it's beyond judgment, it's beyond wrongdoing and right doing. And you just get to that place. But we can only get there if we find the love within ourselves.
Yes,
if we find that place.
With non-judgment here.
Yeah.
Non-comparing and non-feeling that low self-esteem.
Yes.
You feel that bubbling sense of aliveness and love in every cell of your being. We then can offer that.
Right. Invite someone to join you in that field. And again, I think it just happens very naturally, very fluidly. You don't really have to invite like we invite, it just is. You will find someone will gravitate towards you because they're in that same space of love within you. And then we talked about love. And so what you tried to now tell me was how you define love, and Rumi defines love. So there are many connotations about that, which we spoke. And then we said peace is the overriding factor in which we will find that love within us. And then we can connect all our actions and our thoughts will emanate from that peaceful field, So we spoke about this, which I think is the way it would progress. You would have to have a peaceful state within you to find even love within yourself.
Absolutely, yes. You have to go beyond all this, beyond the thoughts, beyond the constant subtext in your mind.
Right.
To that state of peace, like you said, like Om chanting, just sitting. Calming yourself down. That was so beautiful, Mala.
So, the very easy steps to finding that peace. And then from that, you find the love within yourself. And I thought today we could just talk about how we can embrace that love and peace. It's okay to say, I'm feeling peaceful for now, and I'm feeling love for now. I'm in this happy place. But I think the challenge really happens after you do experience that state of love and bliss and oneness and peace within you. Then to embrace it, to hold on to it. Because guess what? Like everything else, everything is transient, impermanent. And then how do you find it? And in the grasping of love and peace, in the holding on, actually, can also be the complete disturbance. And you're again
Yeah.
in a state of
It
dissonance
has
with
to be with
everything.
lightness.
So that, I think, again, is the skill or the art or the understanding that we need to achieve. How do I embrace that love and peace? And, you know, it is like that. It is like, I have that. I experience this. How do I hold on to it, but without, you know, either isolating myself or destroying it because I'm hugging it too close, you know?
Yes.
So how does one find that happy? And embrace is literally that. To
Yeah.
embrace something is to hug tight. And we would all like to hold on to something. All this time we clung to someone or something outside which gave us love, which gave us joy. And we clung to that. So we were like this needy, you know, little begging bowl. And then we needed that. And then we clung so tightly because that was my source of love and you know, joy. And that really is attachment, that clinging. And that is really the greatest destroyer of all peace of mind and all. And that is not love. So how do we find now that I can embrace this? And it's like, think of it like a little ephemeral and light bubble, you know. Can't hug it too tight, but I still can hold on to it, you know. And those were the thoughts I had before our talk this morning. And I thought, how does one embrace something without crushing it, without, you know, and I'm talking of these qualities within us, you know, because earlier we've held people close and held things close and they've not really brought us that much, you know. So how does one find this? And I think the first thing that came to my mind was what you touched upon last time. And we could talk about that because it's gratitude. It's if I'm in gratitude all the time, I can sustain this feeling and these feelings really of love and peace in a constant,
because in gratitude there's an acceptance. When you're grateful, you stop complaining, you stop comparing, you stop judging, you stop complaining about another, you stop complaining about yourself because you're so thankful. You stop complaining about the weather, you stop complaining about where you're at in life. There's a deep acceptance.
Correct. So I think gratitude came to me as one of the topmost you know, help, the tools that we have to embrace that love and peace and to keep it like a constant flow within us, you know. So then even if it's an irritating thought or an irritating event or an irritating doorbell, and by the way, when we were recording the last one, just at the key time there was, and you know, that moment when that can destroy my peace, that I'm chanting Om, getting peaceful, and there's this doorbell, you know. How does one get back to? So ironic. But then how does one continue with that? Because that's just there, but it doesn't have to impinge on your consciousness and create any ruffles if you don't want it to. So if I'm just, you know, in that space, which is sort of, and I thought of that as well. And I thought, well, if I can be in this little cloud of a pink cloud of love, you know, and it's a tranquility in there, I don't really have to let everything ruffle me, you know. So that was the image that happened, that yes, if I embrace love and peace, I can really keep myself in a pink cloud. I can continue to be very grateful for that, which is anything, for anything, anything. So I'm not then perturbed up and down. I'm in fact enhancing that feeling of love to all around me, the feeling of oneness, you know. I can sit here and get irritated about the traffic and sounds and, you know, why am I hearing the honking of cars, but I'd rather be hearing the birds twittering in a forest. And I can, you know, I can let my thoughts trail into that down spiral anytime. But if I just am in this happy bubble and this big cloud of energy, which is loving, which I've, really experiencing within myself, then really I don't let every little thing knock down that, penetrate, So that I thought, the feeling of the attitude you have, the gratitude you have. And then of course
this doesn't mean that if you're in this pink, lovely cloud of bubble, that doesn't mean you don't take action when it is required.
No.
You don't just stay in one floaty cloud and live a very
not
life like that. Out of that gratitude, then the action you take will be something which will be forward leading for yourself and whoever else is involved, right?
Correct.
So you're not in a wishy-washy state.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's like I said, it's a very alpha, highly alert state. It's a state of acceptance. It's a state of surrender. It's a state of love. It's a state of knowing that, look, I'm getting to that field that you spoke about, and I'm going to be in oneness and actually invite anyone.
You said something very important.
Who can,
it's a state of love. And when you're in that state of love, you'll offer the best to yourself and to everything around you.
Right.
Because of the state of love.
Correct. So you don't have to, today's exercise or today's thought was more about how do we keep that, because it can get all the time, vitiated and torn away from you and taken away from you. So how do I keep that? We're hoping that we've gotten some semblance of that feeling of oneness, of love and peace within us. Now, how do we hold it? And these were the thoughts that came to me about gratitude, and just imagining that the imagery of is you're cocooned in a pink cloud. It doesn't mean I'm floating away, disconnected from my everyday life, very grounded in that. But I know that I have this little bit of, like a mosquito net. And so all the mosquitoes won't bother me. It doesn't mean I don't know what's, so it's like that. It's a little positive, little pink energy around you is what I thought. We can always enhance the peace with the Om chanting, as we said last time. You spoke about meditation in previous. So those things, of course, will continue to sustain, those practices will continue to sustain this level of energy that you have created.
Yes, and then little practices through the day.
Through the day. Just be with the breath, again, any disturbance your breath is going to get is fluctuate. And if I'm aware of it, well, then I take a little deeper breath. I breathe one more conscious breath. I know in the old days, they would say, take a breath, count to 10 if you're angry before you say anything. Whatever works for you, find that technique. Just a simple watching the breath and then taking a deep breath and then letting it all go. Whatever
I have little stickers when I get carried away. Allow for this moment. And if sometimes alarms on my phone, one conscious breath, just to remind myself not to get carried away.
That's great. And then the biggest one of all, of course, would be living in the now.
Yes.
That if you can, and you know why? Because also with what is disturbing us most of the time, apart from doorbells and the cars honking on the road, is my own internal atmosphere, which is constantly the thoughts which say, this, that, and the other, referring to something in the past, referring to pain, referring to anxiety. There's no need for that. Can I just then get back to thoughts of, like we said, gratitude, which is an active practice, but forgiveness. Everything that comes up, I'm not going there, I don't live there anymore. Thank you, I'm back in the present moment, And if there is an image, if there is some event which has impacted us and is deeply embedded in the subconscious, well, if it does come up, forgive that event, forgive that individual, forgive yourself. Let it go. I keep thinking we're so particular about cleaning and, we got to sweep the dust out of our house.
What about
You know,
here?
little bits, and, they must be
Yes.
jharud out here. And then we think about, the garbage and getting that out every day. What are we doing for ourselves?
So much garbage.
So much. And it's like that, just flush it down.
And 90% of this garbage we cause ourselves.
Yeah.
A situation is neutral, but our mind brings in so much garbage into it.
Yeah.
And then we can't free ourselves from it.
Yeah.
And then we make it into one long month of suffering. I
down
know,
spiral.
I've done that. Yeah. Go down, down, and then dig yourself into this hole, and then to come out of
Take
it.
Yeah. Take anything that isn't working for you and put it out the door, out.
Bye-bye.
It's out of my being, it's not needed. I'm cleaning up over here. Yes. Just like your garbage, it goes out. Just like you flush everything else down, the drain or the toilet, and you chuck everything that's not clean in your surroundings, you put it out. Do that. It doesn't need to live within you anymore. It doesn't need to. That's why they say, take your, do everything, but don't recycle your emotions. Seriously. Garbage, you recycle. That's good for the environment, but don't do it to your emotions. Like, it's out, So this is so living in the now, practicing forgiveness, deeply living with gratitude from moment to moment. I think, that helps you to embrace, that helps you to keep that little bubble of your love, joy, peace intact.
So Mala, before we end, will you do a little process with the love pink bubble?
Yeah, well, that would just be a visualization or a thing. Yes. But I would definitely recommend, it's almost like step by step. Yes. Because I think I also spoke about affirmations.
Yes.
So, for a mind that's very agitated or not used to a very internalized process, it's very good to start with affirmations. I am, short statements. I am peaceful. I am joyous. I am in peace. I am in constant peace. I am love, whatever that works for you. Then the breath awareness, and I'm just recapping from little techniques from before. Yes. And then, of course, the chanting of Om, which will enhance the sense of peace within you. And now in keeping this or in continuing with this, it would be just easy after you've chanted Om, keeping still. And I think we ended with that so beautifully last time. We just did this, it's like really in my heart, keeping that peace, like preserving it there, keeping it there, and then radiating it to the world. So we could end with that, but we can just do if we chant the Om, and we just sit still, feeling the vibrations of Om, in that, imagine or create this pink aura around us. So should we chant the Om, or should we just do the visualization straight away?
We can chant the Om also.
We can chant the Om? Yes. Okay. So we'll chant Om 3 times?
Yeah.
Okay. And take a deep breath before each Om. Try and prolong the M sound as much as possible. Take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And once again, the 3rd time. Just watch what's happening within you. If everything feels comfortable, there's a positive energy vibrating within you, and which we call peace, which we call a state of love at peace. And let that energy just expand beyond your body. You can just feel it, or you can just imagine it, visualize it, just expanding beyond the limits of your body. Do you see it or do you feel it? Very gentle vibrations which are just emanating from you all around you. Just breathe normally. And now just again, visualize it turning into a nice pink cocoon around you. It's pink. Maybe towards your head, it turns into a light lavender. And it's a beautiful cloud all around you. And just bring your palms together. Gently rub them. And what we'll do is place it on our heart, on the heart chakra. This is the center of my loving energy. This is the center of my gratitude. First, grateful and loving towards myself. And from this peaceful, loving core of myself, whichever situation you want to send this energy to. Make sure you're in an internal state of equilibrium and peace. From my heart, as you said, to yours. From my heart to all others. And then this is, I think, such a beautiful gesture, which we so unconsciously do, but really from my spirit to your spirit. And this is again the oneness you spoke about.
Yeah.
No separation. You and I, we are all part of that.
Yes.
Light. I bow to the spirit in you. So when I really am in this pink bubble and cloud and in this understanding of no separation, the same spirit in you, the same light in you is the same light. I don't know why we would go around hurting, destroying,
Yeah.
and have violence towards another one in speech, thought,
Yeah.
in any way, So this is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
तुझ में मैं हूँ समाया, मुझ में तुमको पाया. In you, I found myself embedded.
right.
And then in me, I found you.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. That is so true, so profound.
Yeah.
And very beautiful. Yeah. Much to think about, much to practice.
Yes.
To continue our live our lives.
Yes.
In this way, with this bedrock of understanding.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mala.
Thank you so much, Nandinii. Thank you.
And next time,
I hope it was helpful.
Yes, it was. And next time we're going to do from joy and joy.
Yes.
So this was also very enjoyable.